Good afternoon, all, and welcome to the Good News from Block 5 with me, your host SJ. First things first, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, please leave a 5-star review or a 5-star like. These are all good things that help the podcast get to more people and let them come here and see more sensational content. Thank you very much. After two successive defeats against Tottenham and Villarreal, the boys now have another home game in our last pre-season friendly against another La Liga outfit, Atletico Bilbao. Um, Kai Havertz is expected to be back after he missed the last game through no one's an injury. It was just a slight concern from the day before the game against Villarreal. It was a precautionary thing that he missed the game. There's no news on Trossard being back, but if reports are to be believed, he's actually available for sale by the club actively. Um, Again, hopefully to facilitate a deal to buy a left winger to replace him, maybe Eze. Just saying, could be. Max Diamond, he's been given a break. He's now gone on a holiday, which is expected and needed. I mean, the guy's 15, he's in year 10 going to year 11. He needs to be embraced still as a child, you know what I mean? Enjoy childhood. You know, he should be on a 6-week break, which we all enjoyed in our youths. And he's earned a break, you know, his performances in pre-season, he's utilised any time he's been given and maximised his opportunity. So yeah, he's got a well-deserved break, and hopefully we see him in the league this season. Um, yeah, I mean, our games on Saturday against Athletic Bilbao, 5 o'clock at the Emirates. Um, it's actually our first time playing them at any capacity, I believe. I couldn't find any previous head-to-head stats or any, yeah, I mean, even that's in friendly or European competition. So this would be a good little welcome game for us. Play them, beat them, hold it over them. In terms of their players, obviously they've got the William brothers, Inaki and Nico, with the latter being a player that we've been interested in for years, Nico Williams. We thought he'd be the player to, you know, solve our problems down the left-hand side. He's a good player. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. Um, he wouldn't have been my choice down the left-hand side, but at this point, it seems like most fans will take anybody to come down there and help resolve our left-sided issues. He signed a new 10-year deal, I believe, this summer at the club. It looked like he just used every club, including us and Barcelona, to leverage his own club to give him a new 10-year deal with a good weekly salary. I mean, more power to him. If he wants to stay in Bilbao, where he seemingly grew up and his brother's there, his family's there, then yeah, more power to him. If he doesn't want to go to a bigger club like Barcelona or Arsenal and challenge for trophies, then yeah, I mean, that's no problem. I'm no gripes about that. Bilbao themselves, they finished fourth in La Liga last year, above Villarreal, the team we lost to on Wednesday. They both finished on level points, 70 points. So it's going to be another tough test, which is good. We need that for ahead of the season coming up. They actually conceded 29 goals and scored 54, drawing 13 games. So they sound a bit like us in terms of the draws and the defense that they have, a mean defense, and seemingly wasn't able to convert enough draws into wins across the season. Um, and they also got to the semi-final of the Europa League last season, where they lost to Man United over two legs. I know, I'm thinking the same. Man United, we speak to any English fan who supports the English team. But yeah, Man United dross. So I don't know how they lost to them, but you know, you have to look at context. In the first leg, they were losing 1-0 and it went down to 10 men and lost that first leg 3-0. So it was always an uphill battle from then, you know. So yeah, they're a good team. They're decent. And I think they have some injuries as well. So they are a good team, a very decent outfit. So they're not to be underestimated and it will give us a tough test. Yeah, like I said, there's also no former players that have played for us or them. It seemed like we've just kept apart in terms of players, fixtures down the whole year. So, I mean, we're creating history on Saturday in terms of our link between us and Bilbao. This is where it begins. They're in the Champions League next season. I believe they finished fourth. I think the top five in Spain qualify for Champions League. So Villarreal will also be there, just like five teams from the Premier League qualify for the Champions League. Um, so yeah, I mean, hopefully this is the start of a flourishing partnership between us in terms of games. Not really a partnership, but rivalry, shall I say. Um, what I would like to see, I mean, we're 1 week away, just over 1 week away from the Premier League starting. Um, I don't think at any point this pre-season we've seen our full first team 11, which we all know would pick on paper, obviously down to injuries and slight rotations. So I would expect our first 11 to start this game. I think there's no ifs and buts about it. We should be starting the first 11 that we expect to play against Man United next Sunday. And then, yeah, I'm hoping that when they do start together, we just see the best that we have to offer. Because the last two games haven't really filled the fan base with a lot of confidence, a lot of groans and moans. Um, People predicting that it could be a similar season as it was like last year, this year. I mean, you'd hope not, but um, Saturday, hopefully we see those changes that we're all crying out to see. Mikel Arteta hopefully lets the boys run free, be free, play free, and we reap the rewards from that. I'm not, like I said, like I've always said, I'm not too bothered about the result. But after two defeats, you'd like to end on a victory. Going into the new season. Um, and I do expect with our starting 11 starting, I expect us to start fast, um, and possibly get into a lead. And I think it's been quite a few hours now since we scored an open play. I think our last open play that we scored was Mikel Marino's delightful finish against Newcastle. Uh, since then, we've had own goals and penalties from Ryan Odegaard. So we need to get back to scoring an open play. I think I did previously request or was requesting to see more goals from set pieces, but we've just gone from one end of the spectrum right to the other end. From open play goals and no set piece goals to set piece goals and no open play goals. So yeah, we need to meet in the middle and find a happy balance. Hopefully, we're able to do that against Atletico Bilbao. Um, so yeah, we're back after the game with a match review. Um, Hopefully, we're all smiling and happy and got what we want from the game going into the next season so we can take it into next season. But we'll see and we'll discuss it when I'm back on the next pod. So until then, everyone, all the best.